again, it's Dan with Oak Tree Funding with some helpful tips to help get your buyers qualified. The most frequent questions I get from clients and real estate agents is, what can I qualify for? Or what's it going to take to get my client qualified? So I thought, how about a little qualification 101? I just want to give you a few key points to help you understand just what it takes to get a buyer qualified for each of the major loan programs. So let's take a look. Okay, so what's it going to take to get qualified for a mortgage? First up is a conventional loan program. That's the one we're most familiar with. We often associate that with the standard 30-year fixed program, but you may not be aware we do offer it in 15, 20, and 25-year programs in addition to the 30-year. It does come with a minimum FICO score of 620 for qualification. We need 2 years of steady employment. If you are a seasonal employee or have some gaps, depending upon the reasoning, we can usually get around some of those. Debt to income ratio. This is the amount of debt you have on your credit report versus the amount of income you have coming in. We try to keep that ratio at 43% with a conventional. There's a myth out there that all conventional loans come with a 20% down payment. That is not true. We can go as little as 3% on some of our first-time buyer programs or getting back into home ownership programs. For those of you who have had credit challenges, we need a 4-year seasoning period from the bankruptcy, 7-year from foreclosure, or 4 years from a short sale. With the short sale, we do have some flexibility based on the amount that you're placing down on the home. Conventional loans do come with a loan limit of $417,000. After that, we're looking at the jumbo product. Next up is the FHA loan, which is fully insured by the Federal Housing Administration. One of the safest loans out there, which is why I love doing them. It does have a lower credit score, a 580 FICO score for qualifications. We need 2 steady years of employment. Does not necessarily have to be with the same employer, but preferably in the same field. Debt to income can fluctuate based on your FICO. So the higher your FICO score, the higher the DTI, although we still want to take a look at what your actual budget will accommodate. We don't want to make you house poor. So keep that 43% in mind. It does come with a reduced down payment of 3.5%. We even have one program insured by FHA that will allow a 0 down payment. For FHA credit issues, we have a 2-year seasoning period for bankruptcy, which is much better than the conventional, and a 3-year on foreclosure and short sale. Loan limit, unfortunately, is only $271,000. Again, FHA is designed for that first-time buyer looking to get in for smaller families. Next up for our veterans is the Veteran Association Mortgage. Similar to FHA, this loan is insured through the Veterans Administration. Minimum credit score of 580 FICO. Again, 2 years of employment. 45% DTI. Does go a little bit higher, but again, we want to look at your overall household budget. 0 down payment for veterans and surviving spouses of veterans, which is a nice touch. It does come with a funding fee, however, of up to 3% of the purchase price. Credit issues are again 2 years for bankruptcy and 3 years for short sale and foreclosure. VA does have a loan limit of $417, but also has a jumbo product with the same qualifications. So those are our 3 main programs that you're going to hear about. We do have some others. For those of you with rural properties or in farmland, there's the USDA loan, which also provides a 0% down payment. We have non-prime programs, not to be confused with subprime. This one's going to require you to bring in at least 20% and be able to credit qualify, but it helps out in cases like the self-employed, where you write off a majority of your income for taxes. We can use things like your personal bank statements to show cash flow and income. We also have investor programs for those of you buying investment properties for rent. It bases the qualifications solely off the appraised value versus the amount of rent received for a similar home in that neighborhood. So that is what brings up your debt to income ratio for it. So those are the main ones that we talk about. If you have questions about any of this, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'll be happy to discuss them with you. Until then, we will see you next time.